On Sunshine Shoulders, I'm Calvin. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Subject of my vlog today is Big Shirley behind the migration of Western men overseas. Thank y'all so much again for watching my channel. So many other channels you could be watching, but you're watching me. You know, when I talk about Big Shirley, they think I'm talking about a particular person, but I'm really not. Big Shirley is an attitude and an opinion that we're not enough. You know, men are not enough. We can never be enough. And they let us know that no matter how big we become, they can and they will bring us down. So they got us afraid to be men. They'll do anything to make us feel less than men. So a lot of us are walking on eggshells over there. Our self-esteem is really bore the brunt of this Big Shirley movement. I'm going to talk about some things today that they do to us over there. Because don't get me wrong, even though I'm going to talk about an attitude and opinion, at the end of the day, Big Shirley is a person. She's a real person. She's a woman. And many of us, we've given up over that. We're defeated. And you can see it in our walk, in our talk, in our whole demeanor. We got poor posture. It's gotten to the point where we're just comfortable being weak. Big Shirley has got a lot of us shuffling around in our country at a time when we should be running. Believe it or not, a man really doesn't reach his peak until he's about 60 years old. But I'm going to talk about some things that Big Shirley does, guys, and then maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't, but this is the reason why I left. One is Big Shirley's got the government on her side. That includes the judges, the police, family services. Hey, man, Boontag. And whether it's you going to jail or having to pay child support, alimony, or any of the other monies that they hit us with, it's a credible threat. See, that's why they call her Big Shirley. She got big back. The government, man. And she knows how to use it. Anything to make us feel less than men. Another thing she does is withhold sex. I don't even call it a pussy anymore over there. I call it the negotiator. Always trying to strike a deal with us for sex. If you do this, I'll do that. Or if you don't do this, I won't do that. Now over there, going without sex for men has become fashionable. You know, monk mode is hip. Listen, guys, that sexual purgatory shit is for the birds. If nothing else makes you feel less than a man, going without a woman for months and years at a time certainly will. That's bullshit, man. But that's what Big Shirley will do. Sexual purgatory. Well, you know, I always say this. A pussy ain't nothing unless a dick stuck up in it anyway. And I'm not trying to be nasty. I'm just trying to let you know what they trying to do to us over there. Because at the end of the day, Big Shirley's a person, but we're talking about an attitude and opinion. We're going to keep the man in his place. We're afraid to be men over there. Something else she'll do is they'll outright lie on you over there. Oh, he abused me. And then they'll use that. If they can't prove physical abuse, they'll say he verbally abused me. Just all that foolishness that they come up with. And they'll use that one. He's a cheater. He cheated on me. They like to use things that you can't prove. Or he's not taking care of the family. He's not taking care of business at home. Anything to make us feel less than me. And it's working on millions of us around the globe. That's why I'm talking about it today. The Big Shirley syndrome has reduced a lot of us to Pee Wee Herman status, man. But fortunately for us, some men have found their way out from underneath Big Shirley. They've been able to put their lives together, back together, their shattered lives. Because Big Shirley ruins people over there. All you gotta do is look at the news, look in the jails, even the cemeteries. So they put their shattered lives together piece by piece. And for many that means moving overseas, just moving out of the country altogether to escape the wrath of Big Shirley, because she's mean, she's confrontational, demanding, unrealistic, and it's about the quality of life nowadays, not the quantity. It's one of the reasons I'm over here now. I'm going to live my life on my own terms. I'm not going to be afraid of somebody calling the police. See, that used to be an old weak threat, but now, for me, when a woman says she's going to call the police, that could be sure disaster. Calling the police, you better take that serious now. When I went through my divorce, let me tell y'all something. My wife pulled that same stunt. Remember I told you they'll outright lie? See, I made a mistake and I told her, I said, yeah, I know how to get you out of that house. I'm going to tell these people everything you've been doing to me, cutting up all my stuff, destroying all my, I had a library, man, worth about $10,000 of antique books she threw in the garbage. You know, all the threats and stuff. I said, yeah, I'm going to put what do they call it when you go up there and you put a restraining order? Well, I never should have told her that, because she ran up there on me and put a restraining order on me, told the judge that she was afraid of me because ever since I've been going to the Philippines, I'm not the same person anymore. You damn right. But there's no reason to fear. I've never hit a woman. I never will. But those are the type of games that they play. So that's why I came over here. I want to be the man of the house. And I have that over here today. And a lot of my videos going forward are going to be about how to escape the shadow of Big Shirley. Because at the end of the day, she's a real person. She don't have to be big, although a lot of Big Shirleys are overweight. We're talking about an attitude, an opinion. Is what we're really talking about. Because they're angry, man. They're unrealistic. Anything to keep you in their place, they're going to do it. But if you're just going to suck it up and stay over there, because we'll justify everything in the book to stay under there because we're afraid to leave. Many of us, our balls is in our damn throat. Take your balls out of your throat and put them where they belong. So yeah, let's talk about Big Shirley and how she's behind the migration of Western men overseas. I haven't talked to many men who didn't in one way or the other say this is why they left to come to the Philippines. The shadow, it's a looming shadow. It follows you everywhere you go. It's a credible threat. If they're gonna get you, no matter how big you are. Look at R. Kelly, look at a lot of these people, man, you know. This is the work of Big Shirley. But there's very few men I've talked to over here who hasn't left because of that. They can't be men. They can't really reach their full potential. It was only when I came over here was I able to really be free. Was I able to really live like a man's supposed to live. I'm never going to mistreat anybody, but I'm certainly not going to let anybody mistreat me. I'm going to give a shout out to the men who mustered the courage to leave Big Shirley. And they're over here, they're smiling. And it doesn't have to be in the Philippines. Just overseas, period. I'm here in, this is Teacher's Village over here. Ein Buntag, good morning. It's a Wednesday morning. I like to walk now. I don't even ride my bike. The bike's too small, really. And they got me. They got me good. They sold me a bike, a 24-inch bike, which I didn't know any better at first until I started seeing the other guys. I'm like, what size bike is that you got? And they said a 29. So I'm going to give that to Merlin. But yeah, if you are anything like me, you don't want to deal with Big Shirley anymore. See, where I come from, you know, one thing that's really got me, I did a live stream yesterday, and people were actually mad because I wasn't talking about monk mode. I'd never heard of monk mode before. Somebody said that under the comments of one of my videos I made about my friend being abstinent for 8 years. He said, Calvin, they call that monk mode. He said, where you're focused on your career, you focus on getting your life together. Well, I said, well, hell, 8 years? If you ain't got your damn life together by then, you ain't gonna get it together. And I just don't get it. I come from an era, I'll be damned if I'm gonna go without sex. I'm just being natural. Yeah, I'm not some kind of weirdo or some freak. But this is the games they play. They make us comfortable with that. Now it's become fashionable. I've got so many guys, look into my channel right now. Oh, it's been 5.5 years, I feel great. 8.5 years, 7 years, 11 years. That's unnatural, man. It's nothing to brag about. You need a woman. Okay? Period. It's not a point of whether you want a woman or not. You need a woman. A woman gave birth to you. But anyway, that's enough of that ranting. But I just want to start the conversation. Remember, that's all I do. Is Big Shirley behind the migration of Western men overseas? I say yes. I say we're tired of that attitude. Because she'll fight you, man. Because she got the government behind her. She's not afraid anymore. I'm not trying to fight anybody today. I don't know how much time I got left here. I want to be happy. They play all those games, anything to make you feel less than a man. Yo, won't let you see your children. Daddy's the bad guy. They'll just straight out right lie. Like she told the judge, oh, I'm afraid of him. I don't know him anymore since he's been going over to the Philippines. Yeah, I seen the light. I'm not going to walk on eggshells anymore. I'm going to be a man today. I'm going to take my rightful place in the natural order of things. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Put your comments in the comment section. Let's keep this conversation started. Again, shout out to the men who had the courage to get the fuck out of there, man. Really. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Got 60-year-old men, 70-year-old men bragging about going without sex. Man, that pissed me off, man. Not at them, but just the attitude. Just to know that this big Shirleyism is working. So if in America it's getting late, before you let your head hit the pillow, please find somebody to help. If you don't want them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, just getting off second shift when you're on your lunch break, see somebody on the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. If in the Philippines, it's early, about 7:45 a.m. Wednesday morning. We'll have our electronic community pantry giveaway drawing that we do every Wednesday during the pandemic to help struggling Filipinos here in San Carlos City. This is our take on the community pantry giveaway that's become so popular in the Philippines. Where they give away food and bring what you want, take what you need, sort of thing. But we spin the wheel, and that's why we call it electronic community pantry giveaway. 1,200 pesos worth of groceries. Save your money, guys. Get you a plan. Work your plan. Because a lot of y'all, too many, I'm shocked, are underneath Big Shirley. And it's time to get the fuck out of there. So take care. Stay safe. Stay COVID free. I'll see you next time. Please try to help somebody today. Because when we help other people, we help ourselves.